Hi there everybody, this is Natasha Wilkinson, your independent Scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. So, we have come to the beginning of October and I have not yet shared an empties with you for any of September. Normally I will do one mid-month and end month, but we did go away mid-month for a holiday, which means I have a basket chock-a-block full of Scentsy empties. This is Scentsy's products only, and this is for the whole of September. So let's delve into it, shall we? And talk about what I have been using through the month of September. So I'm going to start off with non-wax products as per usual. So let's talk about my laundry system first. For those of you who do not know a little bit about my background, I'm a mum of 4 and I have a husband that works in the mines. So for us, laundry is a few loads a day. So you will generally always see a full laundry system in my empties, if not more than one. The current one that we have just used up has been Blackberry Dreams. So I have the Scent Soft here, the laundry liquid. I went through a couple of these small tubs in washer with some Blackberry Dreams and the dryer discs. Blackberry Dreams in laundry is probably one of my top 3 favourite scents that I do go back and repurchase when it comes to laundry. It is just this beautiful fruity floral combination. It has a very tart raspberry, a little bit of that powdery sweetness from the rose, but scent-wise, it is a strong performer in the laundry. I can smell it when it comes out of the dryer and it will linger, and I really do enjoy it. My boys have not said, and my husband have not said it's too girly, so it's probably one of my frequent go-tos when it does come with laundry, and it would be a repurchase. So I have a Winterberry apple tea dish soap. I think I've actually got to go purchase more dish soap. My kids have a tendency, they're the ones that do the washing or washing of the dishes, and they have a tendency to wait till things run out before they tell me I need more. So I think this was our last dish soap in my little stockpile, so I'm going to have to jump on the website and pick some more up. I picked this up from the clearance section. This was from our holiday collection, I think last year, but I absolutely love this scent. I wish they would bring this scent to region 3. It's fruity but warm and comforting at the same time. It is absolutely beautiful. I do tend to buy a lot of the Winterberry apple tea products when they are available. We do get a lot of other products in that scent. We just don't, for some reason, get the wax or the pods, the car bars. We get a lot of the cleaning. We'll get a lot of the body in that scent, just not the wax for some reason. Okay, another dish soap in Sandal. This has a pump on it. It doesn't come with the pumps. The pumps are actually from our Scent Softs and laundry liquids. But what I tend to do with the dish soap is put one of these pumps on, mainly for the kids are very heavy-handed when they do washing with the laundry liquid, so I can make them use just the required amount of laundry liquid they need. Tell them this many pumps is all you need. It also makes for a less messy delivery system. But cider milk is also another favourite of mine when it comes to fragrances. This was in our Harvest Halloween collection the last couple of years in cleaning, and I absolutely love it. When it made its way to clearance, I did pick up a few more of them. So as you can see, we've been busy washing and cleaning with our dish soaps. Speaking of cleaning, another item you will generally always see in my empties is a counter clean. I used up a counter clean in Coastal Sunset. When you have 4 children, you're forever running around, cleaning up, picking up after them. As you can see, one's little head's just popped up there. I also used up the bathroom cleaner in Coastal Sunset. This by far is my most favourite summer clean scent. It's fresh, it's clean, it's slightly fruity, it's slightly sweet, and then it's got this little bit of softness from the sandalwood. Absolutely love it. And speaking of saying I probably used up more than just one little tub of wash whips in Blackberry Dreams, here's the second Blackberry Dreams washer with tubs to go with that laundry system. So there's the container for the Blackberry Dreams dry disc. Okay, so I had in the bathroom a fragrance flower in Coastal Sunset. So when it comes to events here in Mount Isa, they're generally outdoor events. The market stores are generally outdoor events, so I don't have access to PowerPoint to plug in warmers and melt wax to get scent distributed so they can get an idea of what things smell like. But what I will typically do is I will open a fragrance flower on my display and have that going so they can smell the fragrance flower as the scent wafts past. And then when that market event's finished, I will bring it home and I will pop it either in the bathroom or on my toilet windowsill or on the laundry windowsill. They're the 3 places I tend to keep fragrance flowers. Occasionally I'll have one in the kitchen windowsill as well. So I opened this 4 months ago at a market event, and it got down to about that much oil, and it just didn't want to suck up the rest of the oil. So this was going strong for at least 4 months. In the end, I ended up helping it suck up the last of the oil, then let it run for a few weeks because the scent was still coming out of the petals after that. So I got about 4 months out of this little Coastal Sunset fragrance flower, and it is so pretty. I really do enjoy Coastal Sunset. It's one of my, as I said, all-time favourite summery scents. I will warm the wax in the bedroom during summer quite a fair bit, but it's my go-to, I guess, cleaning product, and after a big clean, throw in the same fragrance flower out in the bathroom. Just getting that fresh, beachy, soft coconut, fruity scent was absolutely amazing. So this was the Dahlia Darling shape with the fragrance flower. I finished up a whipped vanilla lavender cream shaving soap. This was on the softer side when it comes to scent wise, the whipped vanilla lavender. It is a very pretty scent. I just wish it would have been a little bit stronger. It's got just a little bit of sweetness from that whipped vanilla. And then you've got that fresh herbal lavender scent. Also, I do wish, or with our, these tend to only come in collections. We don't have it as an actual catalogue item with the cream shave soaps. This is a good size for men and their beards, but for ladies, I wish they would make one slightly larger because this is quite small in its size. So, I have an empty dry disc pack of Amazon Rain in here. So, after I used up the Cloudberry Dreams, I've broken open my Amazon Rain laundry system, which is now no longer available here in Australia. It did retire with our last catalogue. I do believe it's still all in the clearance section though, if you were wanting to try that. So I'm using up my Amazon Rain laundry system. This was actually the first fragrance in laundry I did try that made me want to keep using laundry. Again, it's another one of my go-to summer scents. And this is one of those scents, if I don't know what I want to warm or I don't know what I want to use, I will generally gravitate towards, because it's just a beautiful melody and mixture of all the different families. You've got a little bit of fresh, you've got a little bit of tropical, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of floral, and a little bit of citrus. And they just combine really well to make this beautiful, fresh, tropical oasis. And I really, really do love that scent. I will say in the laundry though, I probably love this more in wax and pods than in the laundry, even though I don't hate it in the laundry and I do enjoy it in the laundry. But the reason being is I do find for laundry, this is probably one of those scents that are on the lighter side. It's not as strong and as long lasting on your clothes as say something like Blackberry Dreams. So if you're just wanting something a little bit lighter on your clothes, try some of the Amazon Rain from the clearance section. So, car bars. So, when we went away, I took out the car bar in iridescent pearl in the car and replaced it with cashmere and corduroy. So that's what's currently in our car at the moment. So let's talk pods, shall we? So cocoa lime pods I actually had here in my desk area, and then when we went away I took that War fan diffuser that was in that desk area with us and popped it in the bathroom in our hotels and finished off cocoa lime there. This is definitely a repurchase for me. I love the wax, but the pods are brilliant too, and they are a strong performer. They filled up the little bathroom areas in the hotel, fantastic. And it's just the right combination of fresh lime and fresh coconut that made it smell clean and vibrant and fresh and fruity and fun. So I can slightly smell a little bit of the lime, but on the whole these are mostly used up. I think they had these going for about, or I had them going a whole week while we were away, 9-10 days we were away. And then they were probably going about 2 weeks before we went away. So I got about 3 to 4 weeks use out of those little pods. So currently what is now being replaced in there, I had one, do I have it here? What I threw it in here? Maybe my child has stolen it. Okay, so I had one pod left over of iridescent pearl from what was in the mini fan diffuser in the car that I still hadn't used. So just to use up that lone pod that was floating around in that one clamshell, that's what's currently now going in there. So I had in the bedroom air purifier, 100 acre wood. This is such a pretty scent, but like the wax, it is really, really light. I just wish it was a little bit stronger, but it is very soothing, it is very calming, it is very pretty. I think going forward I might try it in a wall fan other than the air purifier. The air purifiers I absolutely love, but with the wall fans, they're more enclosed, so as it comes up the pods, it tends to throw a little bit stronger and throw a little bit further, whereas the air purifiers sit flat and they're in a larger area and the fan is a lot stronger, so the scent isn't always as strong, I find, with the air purifier. I also find that your pods will, because sometimes when it's cleaning up the air and it kicks into high mode, it will use the pods up a lot quicker, I do find, with the air purifier. But that was really, really nice in my bedroom. My videos probably look pretty crazy, stopping and starting constantly. That's what happens when you have a toddler following you around. He was getting pretty noisy, so I was just setting him up there so I can continue. So that was the air purifier 100 acre woods in the bedroom. So in the bathroom, in the wall fan diffuser, I had cucumber and cactus water going. This was from the last Good Vibes collection, which was the holiday collection in other regions. We get the holiday collection, or the summer collection, sorry, not the holiday collection. The holiday collection is the Christmas collection. We get the summer collection in our winter here in Australia, so it's generally renamed to something like Good Vibes or something. I think there was one year it was the tropical collection, or so they generally we get the same collection, but they rename it because it's not our summer, basically. So this was from that collection. This not available anymore, but honestly this scent would not be a repurchase for me. It's a very green scent, and I'm not always the biggest green lover. Great performance in the bathroom. I just find it a little bit too bitter, a little bit too astringent for my nose. It needs to have a little bit of a sweet fruit for me to enjoy a green scent. That was just way too green for my liking. But saying that, I do know there are people out there that really, really love their green scents. So if you love your green, fresh scents, this one is definitely for you. The next one we have here in pods is Whipped Vanilla Lavender. So this was from the Mother's Day collection. So this was in my Scentsy Go. And that's another thing I will turn on at market events, because you don't need plugs. I will throw some pods in a Scentsy Go. So this has been in my Scentsy Go for a few months now. Totally used up. But as I said, it's a very pretty scent. I did end up not keeping it in my Scentsy Club. I did consider putting it in my Scentsy Club, but I did take it out because, as pretty as it is, we generally have a lot of lavender scents through our catalogue here in Australia, and we generally get a lot of collections at some stage or another that will have a lavender scent in it. So as pretty as it is, it's a little bit on the light side. I would have liked it to be a little bit of a stronger performer. So there is the iridescent pearl pod pack I was talking about that I said I used up the last iridescent pearl pod, and I do believe they are all the pods at the moment that I've gone through this last month. And we have a orange 20 watt light globe. So I had a clear one below and I replaced it with a orange one. So what warmer was this in? It's been a month. This is why I like to do my empties twice a month, because I tend to forget by the time I actually do my empties certain things, like what warmer I actually put a orange one in. So I would have done it to make it a little bit more Halloween-y themed, a little bit more along that line. So can't tell you what one it was in because I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I put an orange 20 watt light globe in something that originally had a clear 20 watt light globe in. So let's talk about the travel twist. So I had a Vanilla Bean travel twist in my handbag. So this is a new product out to our catalogue, and essentially we have it in 3 fragrances. We have it in black raspberry and vanilla, Luna and vanilla bean buttercream. We do have one currently out in maple butter and rum for our harvest collection, and we will have the pepperminty one coming out in our holiday collection. But essentially it's a little twisty thing that you can twist to reveal as much fragrance as you want, and there's little foam pads in there which release the fragrance. So they are designed for traveling. This one I tried out in my handbag. I absolutely love vanilla bean buttercream, and I can't remember how many days from memory. I think they said 30 days. You will get about 30 days, I think, from memory. I will have to look that up, and I might put it up here just to clarify how many days Scentsy say these apparently last for. So basically you can release as little or as much fragrance with how much you twist. So when I first put this in my handbag, it was amazing. I would open it and I'd smell that rich vanilla and buttercream. Now, I usually put scent packs in my handbag, so I've only tried it so far in my handbag, but about day, I had it open to full, so I don't know if that makes a difference with the days or not, but by about day 3, most of the scent had worn out. I mean, I can still smell it a little bit, and I've never before, I know there are some people that say when some vanilla scents they get like a Play-Doh-y smell. I've never before smelt a Play-Doh-y smell with any of Scentsy's scents, but when this wore out, I got that Play-Doh-y smell. So, and that's what I'm smelling now. I'm smelling a lot of Play-Doh with this. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad product. I just think, for me personally, the scent packs work better in my handbag, and I'm not giving up on this little product yet because it is essentially made for traveling, and there are other areas I want to try it in. There are other fragrances I want to try it in, and I want to hear other people's reviews that have brought it too, because every nose is different and every experience is different. So I am still intending to play around with these a little bit more in other different areas. I want to try and see how it works in a car. I'm thinking lid of a bin. I'm thinking closets, things like that. So I do want to try them in other areas and see if the performance is different in other areas, if fragrances act a little bit differently. But it didn't last as long as what I thought it would. While it was going though, I did really enjoy it. So I think that's everything but wax and oils. So let's delve into the wax, shall we? So I have a Mandalorian Air of Adventure. So I took this away with us when we went away, and I popped half of the bar in my warmer. Now, we went away, the first half of our holiday we stayed to watch my son, who had about 4 days of football, and we were in a dorm with all the football boys. So I popped a warmer in my hotel room, and I thought this would be a nice fresh scent amongst football boys, even though they weren't in our room or anywhere near our room. But I just thought it would just be a nice fresh scent to smell in the room. Generally, I will warm this in my bedroom because it is on the lighter side and is on the softer side, and it's the one reason why I do not have it in my Scentsy Club. I even found the pods on the lighter and softer side as well, to be honest with you. It is such a pretty scent, but it needs to be stronger. So when it comes out of the vault, I generally pick up 3 or 4 of them to keep me going till it comes back out of the vault again. I mean, there may come a stage they won't bring it back out of the vaults. At the vault, they may bring out a new Star Wars scent, who knows. But generally when Star Wars gets released, they do re-release this out of the vault, and I will just pick a few up because it is so soft. I got nothing in that hotel room. The ceilings were a lot higher, even though the room may not have been as big as our bedroom. It was just a little bit more open concept, and the scent totally got lost in that bedroom. So I didn't try warming the rest of the bar while we were away. I just brought it home and popped the last 4 cubes in my bedroom, where I got a very soft, soothing scent, and I could smell it a little bit. Even in my bedroom, I don't get the strongest performance, but I do get a soft version of it where I do normally warm it. So I probably wouldn't take this away with me anywhere again. I will keep it for the room I know, where I can at least smell a little bit of this scent. Saying that, I think I've only got 2 left, unless it comes back out of the vault again anytime soon. So before we went away, I did a little bit of a clean up and just wanted to freshen the place up and give it a clean, fresh smell. So I ran 2 Fearless by Nature bars throughout the household. So I have about 6 or 7 of these. I did have it in my Scentsy Club for a while, but ended up taking it out because I did pick up quite a big stash when they did make their way to clearance. So this is no longer available. This is from our Frozen collection, but this is a very fresh forest scent, and it has a little bit of a sweet, sharp note about it as well. This for me is one of my transition scents as I'm transitioning from that colder weather to that hotter weather. Very spring. It just freshens up the place from all those heavy cinnamons and heavy bakery scents, and then just gives the place a little bit of a fresh, more vibrant smell, but it's not in your face too summery just yet, because it does have a little bit of that earthy, woodsy note about it as well. So 2 bars of Fearless by Nature throughout the main living area. So Gimme Candy. So this was last month's scent of the month. And this is in my Scentsy club in both a quarterly and it's in a bi-monthly and a monthly, sorry, not a quarterly and a monthly. So it's in both my monthly and bi-monthly. That is how good this is. This is, if you've ever smelt and tasted a butterscotch lolly, this is what this is. It's not overly cloying. It's just that perfect caramel combination and creamy combination. It reminds me of a Butter Wentworth. That's what it reminds me of. This is a staple kitchen scent for me. Absolutely love it. And I know it's a favourite for a lot of other people too. So I actually sold out of my whole Scent of the Month kit with this. Between what I warmed, between what customers wanted, and I was still going back and ordering more for customers. That is how popular this was. And I was still going back and ordering more for myself. So this was definitely a popular scent. So I'm hoping, because we don't have many vapory scents in our catalogue, that it makes its way to a future catalogue. So, Vitamin Meditate. So this gets folded up this afternoon. I don't know what time it is now. It might already be folded up. But this particular collection gets folded up. So this is currently going in the bathroom and the laundry. This was not a favourite of mine. When I did my cold sniffs, I kind of liked it. And then I fell out of like with it. Would not be a repurchase for me. I don't hate it, but to me it smells like they've taken a lavender soap that you get from a hotel room, that very soapy, florally lavender smell, and mixed it with a men's cologne. That's what I get when I smell this. So it's just boring to me. And that may be because I'm not a very big cologne lover on the whole, and I don't really like soapy scents. I just find soapy scents just make me want to sneeze a little bit. I guess you could say, set off like a hay fever reaction. So this Vitamin Meditate was definitely not a favourite for me. Well, it's discontinued as of the end of the month, so also not a repurchase for me. Vitamin Unwind. So this one reminded me a lot of Apple Blossom Breeze, which I still have a few left over from the Scent of the Month, when Apple Blossom Breeze was the Scent of the Month. But when it's warming, it comes across a little bit more sugary and candy-like. It was pretty, but again, not something that I would probably pop in my Scentsy club. I do like Apple Blossom Breeze, which is in our catalogue now, a lot better. And I just found there are a lot of scents very similar to this. To be honest with you, on the whole, I only found one of the All Is Well collection club worthy. The rest I just found very, either I liked, but there are a lot of scents very similar to it, so because of that they probably wouldn't be a repurchase for me, because I could get very similar scents, or I just wasn't a fan of. The only one that I really did like was Vitamin Relax, and that was the only one that did end up making its way into my club. So let's talk about the have them all here? I think I do have them all here. Let's talk about if I can find them. Here's one. Two. Let's talk about the Harvest Collection free scents. So, these are currently available, and this is our Halloween collection. So, the only way you can either purchase these is by buying the 3-pack, which will give you one each of these scents currently in our Halloween collection, or if you're only interested in one particular scent, then you will have to purchase it through Scentsy Club. So you can purchase one of these through Scentsy Club if you're only interested in one of the scents. So, Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin. So, I did samples of this and then I put the rest through the kitchen. This went into my Scentsy Club. But then again, I kind of guessed that it would, because they've been treating us with a lot of pumpkin scents here lately, and generally we don't get pumpkin scents, and I really do enjoy pumpkin scents. So, this to me, if you've ever... So here in Australia, we don't do pumpkin pie, or I've never tried pumpkin pie. It's something I might be interested in trying, actually. We don't do pumpkin coffees. That's another thing I'd be interested in trying, just to see what it tastes like. But we don't do them in Australia here. We do live in a region where it is a lot warmer, I guess. But what we do sometimes is pumpkin scones. So it's basically a savoury take on a scone. And this is kind of reminds me a little bit of the mixture before you turn it into the scone. So it smells like the fresh pumpkin pulp mixed in with the sugars and the vanillas and all the sweet stuff that you put into a scone. So that's what this kind of smells like to me, right before it hits a baking stage. So it's fresh pumpkin with something a little bit sweet, which would be the vanilla. And it came across a little bit sweet, a little bit fresh, almost fruity, but because it's a vegetable, you could kind of smell where it was going. It was nice, and as I said, I popped that in my Scentsy Club, but I did find it on the light side. I did, however, use half this bar to make samples with, so I want to try it with a full bar to get the full perspective. At the moment though, it is probably Scentsy Club worthy for me, because it's something different, a little bit different, and it is something that I do enjoy. So, Wild for 4, I've only got around to making my samples so far. This reminds me of a back to the front version of Wassail Wonderland. Wassail Wonderland to me is more heavy on the orange and spice with a little bit of tree in the background. This is heavy on the tree note with a little bit of orange in the background. So they kind of reverse the notes to me in Wassail Wonderland like this. When this was warming, that citrus note, as I was making samples, was quite sharp to my nose, mixed with the forest note. I don't think it was a favourite for me. On cold, I enjoyed it a lot more than I did on warming. I kind of feel this is more of a Christmassy scent than it is a Halloweeny scent, but there are other Christmas tree scents that I also do enjoy a lot more. I really love Wassail Wonderland. I really love Blue Christmas for my Christmas tree scents. This is just a little bit too sharp and a little bit too astringent for me. So I was thinking of getting another couple of 3-packs to really try this out, but I think I will just get the other 2 through Scentsy Club and not get any more 3-packs, because based on what I've worn, unless my opinion changes when I warm the rest of this, so far, based on what I've warmed of this is probably not my favourite tree scent. The next one from that collection was Maple Rum Cake. I made samples, the rest went in the kitchen. I loved this. This to me, again, this would be another Christmas scent for me, because it reminds me of a spiced fruit pudding or a spiced fruit cake that our family eats at Christmas time for dessert. We love our plum pudding or our fruit pudding, and we love our fruit cake at Christmas time for dessert. And that's what this smells like to me. It smells like Christmas cake or Christmas pudding. Absolutely, I love it. So that is in my Scentsy Club. That will be staying in my Scentsy Club. I will probably even, it's in my bi-monthly Scentsy Club, but I did skip my bi-monthly when I set it up, so the next one's actually not coming till January. So I'm thinking of throwing this into my monthly one that comes next month as a one-off as well, so I can get a couple to warm at Christmas time as well. So that was Maple Rum Cake. So let's talk about this month's scent of the month, which starts today, and that is Warm Pumpkin Drizzle. So another one that is totally Scentsy Club worthy for me, and yes, it's another pumpkin scent. So for me, Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin was more fresh pumpkin and vanilla before the baking process. This is more a bakery pumpkin. It is a little bit richer, a little bit sweeter. That maple drizzle had my mouth watering. This is going to probably go into my club too, and it's a tight race for me, which you will probably see when I do my scent of the month end of year review of the 12 scents of the months. I like to do a review on all the 12 scents of the months together that we had throughout the year, rank them from my favourite to my least favourite, guess what ones might return in a future catalogue and tell you what ones were club worthy for me, is kind of how I roll with that video. But for me, Gimme Candy and Warm Pumpkin Drizzle so far have been my 2 favourite of the year. Can't quite tell which one's my favourite yet. Haven't quite made up my mind on that, and surprise surprise, they're both bakery scents, so they will definitely be going into my, oh, they are already in my club. Well, Pumpkin Drizzle isn't, because it's only just started this scent of the month, but it will be going into my club. Gimme Candy's already in my club, and they will probably be staying in my club. So the next one I went through, so Orchard Sunrise, I think I had this in the boys' room. I had a few cubes left over from when I did samples. This was new to our catalogue this year. This was very fresh and bright with that citrus note, but it was also sweet and fresh and bright. I really did enjoy it in their bedroom. I don't know that it would necessarily be a standout repurchase for me. While I enjoyed it, I don't think it's Scentsy Club worthy. I don't think it's something I'd go out of my way to repurchase, but if it came in a whiff box or something, I don't hate it, because it does give you that really fresh, bright scents, which is what I kind of look for when I'm warming scents in my boys' room, just to get rid of that stagnant, stale teenage boy smell. So that worked really well in their room. Clementine cupcake. It's a bit of a gooey bar, this one, as you can see. I have this monthly and quarterly in my club, and it's not going anywhere. It's a rich cupcake scent, and then you've got that little bit of clementine, which just lightens and brightens that cupcake up just a little bit. The only thing I will say with this, you get about a day's performance and then it just fuzzes out, it's gone. It's one of those scents that doesn't last long, but while it goes in my kitchen, I absolutely love it. And it is probably another staple kitchen scent that you will probably see regularly that I warm in my kitchen. Now, I was watching Melissa Johnson Haight on one of her Melters mixes, and she was talking about a combination of cocoa lime and vanilla bean buttercream. So I have lime zest and vanilla in my club. I haven't yet tried it. It's coming this month's club, and I absolutely love cocoa lime. I absolutely love vanilla bean buttercream. But I'm thinking when I get lime zest and vanilla, I want to try that. And if this combination was fantastic, by the way, but if this combination is anything like lime zest and vanilla, I will probably end up taking lime zest and vanilla out of my Scentsy club, because I could recreate something similar with two current catalogue scents. So why have waste space in my club when I can create something similar? Normally with cocoa lime, personally, I will mix it with another fruity scent to create like a cocktail summer vibe. Cocoa lime is quite strong, but it is so good. It is fresh and bright for summer. I never really thought to mix it with bakery. And I do find when I do mix cocoa lime with those other fruity scents, because cocoa lime is such a strong performer, for instance, say when I'm mixing it with hibiscus water or with pina colada cha-cha or with watermelon tangerine, I tend to go 2 cubes to the other fruity scent and 1 cube to cocoa lime in alternating warmers, so cocoa lime doesn't overtake everything. But with this one, I was able to do the same amount of cubes in alternating warmers and not have cocoa lime overtake it. Vanilla bean buttercream held its own, and it was a gorgeous combination. It was like a key lime pie or a lime tart. It was absolutely beautiful, and it is definitely a remix for me. As I said, if this combination smells anything like lime zest and vanilla, lime zest and vanilla will be getting the boot from my club. This is just I'm always on the lookout for a summer bakery that is not too heavy and not too clean, because I have been finding bakery has becoming probably, when I first started, floral would have been probably my favourite scent preference, but I am finding more and more bakery is now probably my favourite scent preference. But a lot of bakeries are too heavy for me to warm in summer. So when I find something that works in summer that's a bakery, I fall in love with. So this is definitely going to be, or both cocoa lime and both vanilla bean buttercream are definitely repurchases for me. Vanilla Blackberry, so this is now in our catalogue. This was the last one I had from the Scent of the Month kit, which I was hoarding because I didn't put it in my club. Absolutely love this one in the bedroom. It's a rich, deep, tart blackberry, and then it's got that amber and vanilla that kind of add this even richer warmth to it. Absolutely love it. So that was going in my bedroom. Huckleberry Hideaway. So I did this in the boys' room, and when I smell this on cold, I'm not a fan, to be honest with you. It's very earthy, it's very rich, and it's very tart and almost astringent like. But there's something in the background that smells like it's fighting to come forward, and it smells like it needs to have something sweet about it. When it's warming, that something in the background fights through and it adds this sweet, fresh vibrance to it, and I fell in love with it warming. So on cold, I do not like it. On warm, those extra notes from the mid and base notes that come through and give it that sweetness that tart, earthy note has, really performs well. It freshened up the boys' room. It was absolutely beautiful. So Huckleberry Hideaway would definitely be a repurchase for me. At this stage, I'm not sure whether I would consider it club worthy. It is very different, so it might, if it were to retire, make its way into club, because I don't know if it would have been popular enough to come back, because I feel this is one of those scents that is either you like it or you don't like it scent. So it may, because of that reason, make its way into a quarterly club, but it may just be a let's just grow it for you too, instead of a club scent. Sandalwood Tangerine. So this was from our Father's Day collection. This has retired as of yesterday. So I did throw this in my club because I did want to get another one to make up my mind. I had this going in the bathroom and the laundry. So this is very, a little bit perfumey, a little bit woodsy, a little bit earthy, and masculine is what I get from this. But I'm just not quite sure what I think about it. Like, it smells good in the clamshell, but it is very, very light. So I have one more bar coming through Scentsy Club to try it in the bedroom just to get a full impression. I honestly don't think it will stay in my Scentsy Club, but I did want to try another bar. So the next one, I should have two of these. Do I have two of these? Yes. So these were from a Scentsy Club exclusive Bring Back My Bar maybe 3 rounds ago. So what they did with the Bring Back My Bar that round is they also had 10 scents you could exclusively get only through Scentsy Club. And one of them was Welcome Home. So I did pick 2 up through Scentsy Club and then took it out before I actually got around to warming it, thinking based on the scent notes and based on what I could smell, cold smell, it was nice, but thinking it was just a generic cinnamon spice scent. I was wrong. This warms beautifully, and if it came back, it would go in my Scentsy Club and stay in my Scentsy Club. If it came back in a flash sale, I would pick up a bunch of them. It is basically cinnamon spice on the description, but there's this warm, sweet, comforting vibe about this when it warms. So one of these went through the open concept area in the house. The other one I warmed while we were away, and I thoroughly enjoyed them both times. Unfortunately, I only ended up picking up 2 when they were available, so I don't have any more of them to enjoy, but I did enjoy them while I did have them. Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze. So this was an old scent of the month. I do believe it's in our catalogue now. I had this going in, I think, the bathroom and the laundry. A lot of people really, really love this. I don't. unfortunately. It's a little bit too, there's a very sharp note to this that just doesn't appeal to my nose. I'm not going to say it's a salty sea air note because it's not coming across salty sea air. It is very aquatic, and I do kind of get the tropical vibe that they're going with, but there's something sharp about it that just isn't my favourite. So that is palm trees and ocean breeze, and that's me throwing bars everywhere. The Lion King in the Jungle, this would have been another one that went bathroom and laundry. Again, not a repurchase for me. Too green, too grassy for my nose. But for those that love green grassy scents, this would have been right up your alley. It's no longer available. So this is currently in our clearance section, I believe. And this is what I'm kicking myself that I took out of my Scentsy club. I know I can still get it in the clearance section, and it's also available in, which I will be doing a separate video, our new warmer bar promotion as one of the free bars, and that is cranberry, pumpkin and spice. So this is quite heavy on the spice with the pumpkin in the background, but it is very warm and I absolutely love it. But I did take this out of my Scentsy club because I preferred the Haunted Mansion 3 Thumbs Up over this, and I was trying to keep my Scentsy club down at the time and thought I would only want one pumpkin scent. I'm wrong. I want all the pumpkin scents. But I do have a bunch of them from the clearance section. I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 left. While it's still available, I may even go and pick up some more because it's just a really nice winter staple scent for me. So, half a bar of, and I will finish the rest of this up. I warmed this when we were away, and this is the bar that tells me I am ready to start warming summer. Lush Gardenia, another one I stupidly kicked out of my Scentsy club. I will say you have to like floral to like this. And a lot of people describe this as grandma floral. It's not grandma floral. I disagree on that. I can get where they're going because it is a powdery floral, but it's not grandma floral. Although it does have scent memories for me associated to my grandmother. This smells like a real gardenia. It is the pure gardenia. My grandmother had a double gardenia tree outside her kitchen window, and it smells like that tree in bloom. It's creamy, it's exotic. I agree with Melissa Johnson-Haight on it being creamy and exotic. It's a strong performer too. I have about 2 or 3 bars left, and I do savour them. What I do with these bars is it's the bar I warm that tells me I'm ready for summer, bring summer on, so I can enjoy that scent memory of my grandmother's gardenia tree. And normally in my open concept area, I will warm a couple of bars, but this is a strong performer. I can get away with warming half a bar to a full bar in the open concept area, and it will fill up my whole house. So in that respect, I'm glad, because it means that my last 2 to 3 bars I have will last longer. But it's so good. And I know my chances of it actually getting voted in and bring back my bar are probably slim, because not everyone is a floral lover like I am. But you never know. So I do have one bar that's not available here in Australia. I don't believe it's available in any other region anymore. It used to be a region 1 bar, which I picked up in a Facebook D-stash, and that is Breakfast in Bed. So I love this one. These are scents I wish they would bring to Australia. It's a beautiful play on savoury and sweet bakery. You've got pumpkin, I think you've got like a black raspberry or a blackberry, or there's some type of dark berry in here anyway. And then you've got like the sugars and spice. This is very warm and comforting. I have that going in my bedroom. So I have here, what do I have? Okay. So I have here, now I have here some old testers of Twilight Frost that have seen better days. So I have them going in the bathroom. Twilight Frost to me reminds me after a heavy dew or heavy frost on the ground. The grass is slightly earthy and damp, but you can smell the sweetness from the water. That's what this smells like to me, Twilight Frost. And then I have two old testers of Mystery Man, which is just a man washed straight out of the shower. That's what Mystery Man smells like. And I have one oil to talk about today with my diffusing, and that is Big Cookie. So this was from our Christmas collection a few years back. I was warming that with maple rum cake, and or diffusing that at the same time as warming maple rum cake, and it is absolutely delicious combination. Really enjoyed. Can't wait to do that combination again closer to Christmas time. So that's it. That's my Scentsy empties. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until then, stay safe and bye for now.